Hey there folks, I'm the Shades and welcome again to Shades' Soapbox. So, one of my buddies just recently had a YouTube video flagged for spam, even though there's no way in hell it should be considered spam in that regard. So, I kind of want to address something that I think a lot of YouTubers have already talked about, but I kind of want to throw my 2 cents in on that. And that is YouTube's policies and procedures when it comes to copyrights and community guidelines. Simply put, there's no getting around it. YouTube's system is completely and utterly broken. It has been said hundreds of times by hundreds of YouTubers, and yet for some reason YouTube just doesn't get the hint. Look, I understand. YouTube is a very big site. It has thousands upon thousands upon thousands of different creators posting stuff every single day. You know, literally one day's worth of content is enough to fill out a lifetime's worth of viewing. It's that huge. So legitimately expecting a group of humans to watch every video that comes out on YouTube to make sure that every bit of content is clean is just unfeasible. We all get that. None of us here expect YouTube to go to that extreme to try to fix this problem. However, there is still a problem in terms of their algorithm. The algorithm that they use to determine copyright, content IDs, and sometimes community guideline strikes is just not working, especially content ID. Look, we understand there are copyright infringers out there all the time posting whole videos of episodes of shows, music videos, and other things without the original creator's permission. It needs to be dealt with. We're not suggesting that they try to just let everything in. It's not going to work well for Steam. It sure as hell wouldn't work for YouTube. However, they need to fix their algorithm because it's still picking up false flags and causing a lot of people to lose money and potential videos just because they don't want to fucking deal with it. Well, YouTube, you're going to have to fix this problem. It needs to be dealt with. Quit beating around the bush. Quit hiding behind your algorithm and claiming, oh, it just needs to learn. Teach it! Don't expect us to do the work for you. Because here's the thing. If you expect creators to fix it, you're asking for it to be abused. People can abuse an automatic system. For those who don't recall, a while back, I think it was Microsoft put out a Twitter bot that was designed to be interactive and learn from the tweets it receives. And people turned it into the most vile, racist, crazy-ass bot you have ever seen in your life because it had to learn from the internet. What makes you think that's not why part of the problem's happening on YouTube? People are abusing the content ID system for their own gain. Though instead of racism, though that's still part of the problem, it's more about money. People are abusing the algorithm to claim stuff that actually isn't theirs and stealing the money, and at the same time teaching the algorithm to pick up stuff that doesn't really belong to who it says it is, thus causing videos to be demonetized or flat out removed for reasons that shouldn't be. You have to do the work yourself. You have to have a little bit of manual labor here, or else this system is just not going to happen, and it's going to continue to fall apart, and eventually someone's going to come along and finally usurp YouTube. It may not be immediate. It's going to take a while, and many have certainly tried, but none have succeeded so far. That much we will all admit, but that's not going to last forever. Sooner or later, someone's going to finally pull it off, and when that day comes, YouTube is going to crash. Granted, that's a big set of shoes to fill since YouTube is the #1 online video site in existence, and it's the only reason I'm still doing videos on YouTube because, quite frankly, it's the only good place you could go to get attention, but eventually someone's gonna try to usurp them. They're gonna have that one feature, that one thing that's gonna make them stand out from the rest. Blip was the closest one until Disney bought them out and shut them down, which, by the way, fuck you Disney for pulling that shit on us. Blip was the one competitor that legitimately was a threat to YouTube, and they went and fucked the whole thing up. But bottom line is that YouTube is a broken system. Every creator worth their salt has said this, and yet YouTube continues to not only ignore the problem, but exacerbate it. Now, some of this isn't all YouTube's fault. Part of the problem is, of course, the adpocalypse, when controversial videos got advertising and advertisers jumped ship. This hurt YouTube a lot, because now they had to scramble to fill those voids in and try to make some money off of this when basically no one was willing to pay. And this hurt us a lot. That is not YouTube's fault, at least not entirely. But unfortunately, their attempts to fix it have only created further problems. And a lot of the videos that these fixes were we're supposed to deal with not only still exist, but in some cases have even gotten worse. You know, controversial videos are still out there. They just hide under new faces, or sometimes they just stand out even more so that the algorithm doesn't see them immediately. It's a huge problem, and the algorithm can't keep up with everything that keeps happening. It's gonna get worse. It will continue to get worse until the algorithm can keep up. But with how many videos are constantly being posted on a regular basis, no algorithm, no human could be able to keep up with it. But at least working together, a human can identify a problem and update the algorithm and help it keep up. I hate to say it, folks, YouTube needs to fix this or it's going to die. It may not be right now, it may not be 5 years from now, but eventually it's going to kill itself. And unfortunately, because someone who doesn't know anything about computer programming, I don't know how you fix this. The best I can offer is for the human element to kick in. Stop relying on algorithms entirely. You have to do some manual work. In terms of community guidelines things, which is the whole reason this video was made in the first place, I don't even know what to say. How do you identify something as spam when it's not? Community guidelines violations are usually manually reviewed because, well, those are more serious matters, and sometimes an algorithm is not going to pick up on those. But YouTube just needs help. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's admittedly, I like the community guidelines setup. It does work for the most part, preventing people from doing some seriously bad things on YouTube. No violence, no sexual content, no like extreme sexual content, though sometimes some of those slip under the radar, and other things like that. But nonetheless, it needs to be dealt with. It needs to be enforced correctly. Not heavier, but more correctly. And I think if we did that, we'd have a better system. And who knows? Maybe I'm just spouting shit out of my ass. What you gonna do? That's gonna do it for me here today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think about YouTube's system down in the comments down below. And also, let me know if there's any topics you'd like for me to discuss in future Soapbox videos. Post them down in the comments below and I'll consider them. Also, check out the description below for a link to my Patreon page so you can support me in my continued videos. Shout out to my patron Soul Star for your continued support. Always appreciated. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for joining me here on the Soapbox. I'm the Shades, and we'll see you guys next time. Rock on!